Thank you so much for joining in today and welcome to the Tool Talk session on developing tools for the electrical industry, challenges and opportunities. And in this session, we are going to discuss about the growing electrical industry in India, the opportunities it will create for the tool makers, and what this industry, electrical industry, expects from the tool makers. And for that, we have Mr. Mallikarjuna TM, who is heading the Process and Product Engineering Division in Smart Power India Division of ABB India Limited. Welcome, Mr. Mallikarjuna.
Thank you. Thank you, Nishan.
Thank you so much for joining in. And this one is a very special edition also because this marks the second anniversary of Tool Talk initiative of TAGMA. We had started this in 2021 April, and we have done every month continuously. We are having speakers from different, expertise, different field, and this one is the second anniversary edition. That's great. Great having you here.
Great. It's my pleasure.
So now I would like to invite Mr. Shanmuga Sundram to introduce our guest today. Mr. Shan, over to you.
Yeah. Good evening to all the members and thanks for the support. We are stepping into second year and on behalf of our EC members on TAGMA, I welcome Mr. Mallikarjuna TM, who is heading the Process and Product Engineering in Smart Power India Division at ABB India Limited. He is a proficient techno-commercial team leader with 25 years of rich experience in design, development, assembly, operations, tool development, molding, stamping, supply chain and engineering with reputed companies. Currently as a head of process and product engineering in Smart Power Division at ABB, he is responsible for product development, localization, production line setup, automation and product certifications. His technical background and commercial expertise supplement advantage for budgeting the investments, supplier selections to speed up the localization. Thank you so much, sir, for accepting our invitation. And for all the members, I had a small interaction with Mallikarjuna, sir, and I came to know that he has got 150 vendors supplying toolings across India. It's fantastic. They have a fantastic supply chain. And please take over, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. So shall we start, Mr. Mallikarjuna?
Yeah.
So, sir, to set the tone of this conversation, as Mr. Shah also said that you have 150, suppliers for tool and components. Would you please start talking about, would you please share about the company, specifically its tooling division, what all you manufacture and how many vendors you have?
Yeah, okay. Thanks and good afternoon to all. In ABB, so we belongs to a division called Smart Power, where we manufacture air circuit breakers, molded closed circuit breakers, contactors and relays, and also the switchgear accessories. So you may be knowing about the switchgears and its applications.
Right.
So in all these switchgears, the majority of the commodity what we use is plastics and sheet metal. In plastics, thermoset and thermoplastic, both we are using. And stamping, of course, we have, because of the low volume, we have some state tools, and for high volume, we have a progressive tools. Apart from this, we also have a machining and die casting component and some fasteners and springs, which is our major commodity here. And this factory is located in Bangalore. And just to touch upon the vendor base, we have close to around 150 local vendors here. Out of this 150, 45 to 50 vendors are mainly they're manufacturing the tools and they are supplying the tooled up components.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, in your introduction, Mr. Shan mentioned localization word for a couple of times that you are responsible for that. What exactly are you doing to localize content?
Yeah, see, okay, just to give you background, in ABB, so we, according to the market requirement, so we select the products, which are global products. We select the products, and according to Indian market needs, we start localizing it here. Localizing means, okay, we take the technical know-how from our R&D centers.
Okay.
So according to the drawings, so we develop the tools, molds, and other items like screws or springs. So we develop locally, and we test it, qualify, and get the approval from our R&D centers. So then start producing it here in India. So we don't manufacture any tools or the components in-house. We get this from our business partners okay, in India.
Okay. Okay. So as we know, since last few years, because of urbanization, the usage of power and electrical industry has been continuously growing. So what is your take on this? How this industry is going, and what kind of opportunities it is going to create for component makers, specifically uh, people like tool makers?
Yeah, see, okay, it is not only the electrical industry which is going,
Right.
even growing. Okay, even the other sectors are also growing. If you see, okay, I don't know whether our present vendors are on the call or not, but okay, they are seeing the big growth in their business also, what they are doing with ABB. So when it comes to the electrical switchgear industry, so we are seeing a very good growth, and it is a very good opportunity for ABB and also our business partners, where along with ABB, they can also grow. If you see, okay, presently the projects which we are running, so we are developing close to 80 plus molds and around 45 to 50 press tools we are developing.
Okay.
And this is like a continuous process for us year on year.
Okay. Okay.
If we have to competitive in the market, so we need to localize. Okay, and we should be cost competitive. So then only we can get more orders and we can serve our customers better.
Okay. So all the tools and mold that you are developing is basically not in-house, but it is getting developed with one of your business partners, one of your partners, right?
Yes. We have many business partners where they have a very good tool shop setup. So
Okay.
okay, so they develop the molds and press tools for us.
Nice.
And okay, and whenever we develop the molds and press tool, we prefer to run with that suppliers. If they
Okay.
have all the facility, we prefer to run with those suppliers.
Okay. Okay. Thanks. So I like the way that you have been referring your vendors as business partner. That's really great. That it's always a good relationship that works. So
Yeah,
my
because they are also contributing for our growth
right.
by providing us on-time delivery and with the quality products.
Right. So as we know that, in the tooling business, the biggest contributor in the business is from the automotive industry, and most of the tool makers are serving automotive industry. But the electrical industry is also growing along with other sectors like aerospace and toys and every other thing. And building tools for every industry needs different kind of skill sets. So, according to you, what is it like to design and develop tools for the electrical industry? What are the differences?
See, if you are developing a tools, as you mentioned, for automobile industries.
Right.
So, okay, first of all, okay, in automobile also you will have some critical parts to manufacture, and some are simple, but okay, it may be a bigger, where you will not have more close tolerances.
Right.
But when it comes to electrical industry, the components tolerances are very close. So okay, so your machining accuracy should be okay very good according to the design, and here design also plays a major role when you are building a tools, because so one is on the long run, and also the what you say the consistent quality. So you need a stronger.
Okay. Okay. And do you think infrastructure wise it is almost same, or they need to do something else in order to serve the electrical industry?
See, since okay, I'm seeing this industry from past 25 years. I have seen the tool shops where they have say some conventional machine and some NC machines. But nowadays, you have a lot of technologies where you can improve the quality of the tool and also the speed of manufacturing.
Okay.
For example, okay, when it comes to the EDM or the sparking, so the earlier, say for example, to manufacture one component, so assume okay, it was taking 5 hours. Now with the better quality by using a different machines and technologies, so you can do it okay within 2.5 to 3 hours. Means you can cut down almost 50% of the time. But okay, you may have to invest maybe around 50-60% more. But in my opinion, it is worth to have that so that you can speed up and get more orders and you can satisfy your customers.
Okay, okay, okay. Let's talk in a use case, maybe. You spoke about the infrastructure. So let's consider that I have a necessary infrastructure and I want to venture into the electrical industry. So what kind of skill set I need to acquire in order to serve the growing electrical industry, especially when it comes to electrical industry, you have a lot of engineering plastic usage, uh, uh, so and complex parts are there. So what all skill sets I will need?
See, the main skill set is first, okay, you should have some experienced designers. So where you start the designing of the tool, so that okay, because design plays a major role. Because according to the design, your tool shop people will manufacture the inserts and they will give it to you. If your design is perfect and if it is robust, so then the outcome will also be good. So here I want to okay, specify a few things where so your workmanship okay in the tool assembly plays a major.
Okay.
Okay, because okay, if you see the fitment of the inserts into the cavities and pores, normally in the olden days, okay, they used to hit the insert by mallet or something. So nowadays, okay, it should be a okay, just a thumb press fit so that it will be easy for maintaining the tools also in a long run.
Okay.
And also the mindset of the people. So they should understand okay, the component which is manufacturing is going in, okay, say for example, it is going in a safety product where that
Okay.
product is manufactured and it is used in the safety application. So in that case, so they have to be extra careful that there should not be any deviations in the manufacturing process.
Okay. Okay. And as you said that you have you outsource almost all the tools and components requirement from your business partners. How do you qualify these vendors? How do you select these vendor? What are those checkpoints before you select any vendors for your projects?
Yeah, good question. See, normally, what is our requirement? Our requirement is we need to develop a tool within the time plan
Okay.
with the quality and okay, with the cost competitive. So to do this, first what we do is okay, we will evaluate the supplier in terms of their technical capability or the competency level. Okay, what designers they have, what the platform they are using for the design, and what are all the machineries they have to manufacture these tools,
Okay.
and what type of parts they have developed in the past. And okay, we also see who is their customers, which whom they are presently serving the industry. We see that, and also we see the employee health and safety okay, of that organization, because we value our main is okay, zero accidents.
Okay.
So, because if you see, okay, we used to see commonly, okay, so if something goes wrong or if some molds fell on the feet, so it is a very safety hazard. So we don't, we take care of all these things during our supplier qualification.
Okay. Okay. So you said that you mostly look at the infrastructure, skill development, and their past records and the relevant customers if they have worked. That's something that is good to learn from. Also, in your journey of identifying these vendors and onboarding them as your suppliers, you have been doing this for years now. There must have been some sort of challenges when you started these activities. So can you share those challenges and how did you overcome that? If you can also share some management practices that you must have applied while doing this.
See, the main challenges what we face, as I mentioned, so we are developing around 80 plus mods and some 40 to 50 plus tools. What happens is mainly when you're taken up this type of projects, we see the delays in the manufacturing. That delays maybe okay, they overcommit, or there may be something went wrong during their manufacturing process where they have to redo the core cavity. So all those things will come. So the main focus is because see, when we are localizing, the main idea of localizing is we should be faster to the market.
Right.
Okay, if we delay, so that is the main concern for us today. Okay, because of the delays in say okay submitting the first sample for inspection. So that is the first challenge. The second one is after submitting the first sample, so when we ask for some corrections, that time, okay, some people take more time because of maybe the technical competency issue
Okay.
or okay, maybe the other issues. So in that case, what we do is, so we support them because we also have our qualified tool makers. So they
Okay.
also work with our partners to speed up the activities.
Okay.
And normally we monitor okay, on a weekly basis on the progress of the project, whether according to the time plan, whether they are in line with the time plan or not. If they are not in line, so then okay, we ask them okay what support they need, where they are stuck.
Okay.
Accordingly, okay, we support them to meet our deadlines. Okay. And okay, it is again okay, it is for all the industries where if we commit, so we need to honor the timelines.
Okay.
We should not overcommit and fail.
Right. 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 Okay. Okay. So, in your experience, do you think that the Indian tool makers are equipped enough to serve the demands? I think you're the best person to answer this because you kind of source almost 100% of your tools from the external sources like tool makers. So do you think they are prepared enough, they are equipped enough to serve the demands, or is there any tools that you still need to import it from outside?
See, there our Indian tool makers are very much equipped to
Nice.
meet okay our Indian demands, and also they are capable to export the tools.
That's great.
Okay. In the past, we also exported many tools from our Indian tool makers to our other overseas plants. So they can do it. The only thing is, as I mentioned, okay, they should see why the overseas customers will come to India is okay. One is the cost competitiveness. Another one is okay, the speed and the quality. If we are able to meet the speed and the quality, so then definitely our tool makers have got a very good opportunity to export the tools also. Nowadays, even people are looking at India and the Indian supplier base for their requirement. You know, okay, what is happening in Europe and all because of
Right,
the
right,
power crisis and all.
right.
Their cost is increasing and their labor cost is high. So that is the main reason now they are looking at India. Even it is applying to ABB also. We and our business partner are also getting more opportunities. Okay, on the parts what they are producing today for India plant, they have got the opportunity to export it to our other ABB units.
Nice, nice. That's a great opportunity for Indian tool makers.
Yes. And okay, my advice is our suppliers or our tool makers should utilize these opportunities in a better way, okay, and grow along with this.
Nice. Nice. So let's come to some technical questions now. So as we know that in electrical industry, you work a lot with the sheet metal dies and plastic components. So how do you analyze the quality or the dimensional issues and take corrective measures in sheet metal and plastic parts?
Okay, say for example, if I take a sheet metal part,
Okay.
so in a continuous run, say one batch is okay, which say for example the pilot lot which they have produced and supplied to us is okay, whereas the second lot when they supply, so there may be some crack issues in the component. If
Okay.
it is a bending area and they find some crack. So how to analyze whether it is related to tool or material or the process? So if anyway the tool, okay, it's made of new tool, and if the tool maker confirms that there is no changes in the tool or there is no modification in the tool, so then whether the process or the machine setting is correct or not, okay, that we need to verify. If that is also proper, so then comes to the material. So material may be different batches. So if the different batches, because of the elongation properties or some changes in the properties, so you are getting a crack, it means it is 100% true that, okay, the material what was supplied earlier and now what they are supplied, there may be some variation in that, which is affecting your part quality. Similarly, when it comes to say plastics,
Okay.
so plastics, I'll give you one example where okay, I faced this maybe around 16, 17 years back. Okay, so there was one cover which is a transparent cover where we used to supply that regularly to one of our customers. So we have produced millions of pieces, but in one lot, whatever we supply after 25, 30 days, it used to crack.
Okay.
It was from the same manufacturer, the raw material was from the same manufacturer, same process, same mold is used, but we are not able to solve the problem. So after we verifying all the process and all the tooling part, then we doubted on the material. But material also, if you inspect, everything is same. So there is no change in the properties. Then we took different material from our competitor who was also supplying to the same customer. We tried with their material and there was no issue. So it means now we arrived at, okay, there is an issue in the raw material, what we have got. So then
Okay.
after going in depth and checking the container in which the material arrived, it was full of water. So that moisture we are not able to remove through our pre-drying method. So by this, okay, we lost a lot of money, but similarly, it was an expensive learning for us.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So
And-
moving to the, sorry, you're saying?
Yeah, okay. And see, when it comes to the process, especially on the molding process, so normally what we see is we see a lot of imbalance in the cavities when you have developed, say, for example, 8 cavity molds. So 8 cavity molds normally, if you develop, even though your runner design geometrically it is same. I mean, the in the runner systems, the feed length is the same in all the cavities. But you will see that okay, all the center cavities will first and the outer cavities will fill at the later stage. Even okay, at the olden days when you had the hand mold type of machine, also the filling phenomena was same. And when you have this okay, numerical control machines, also the phenomena is same. So why this happens? This happens mainly because the flow of the material.
Okay.
The flow of the material. So what happens when you inject the material, when it is goes through the runner channels, because of the shear rate in the runner, what happens? The high shear material will goes into the center cavities, and the low shear material will enter into the external cavities or outside cavities.
Okay.
So In this case, what happens? It is okay. In the other way, the high melt will go into the center cavities and the low temperature material will go to the outer cavities. So what we need to do is, okay, so we need to mix this melt. So how to mix and how to design the runners, earlier, okay, we used to contact, there was one, service provider where they do the runner design for the customers and where they will be able to maintain the filling balance within 3-4%,
Okay.
which will actually in the longer run, okay, it will help everybody by reducing the rejection percentage and reducing the cycle time and okay, the consistent quality of the components. This I think okay, you can okay, inform all the audience or what it is. So there is one company called Beaumont Technologies where they do these services.
Okay. Okay.
But so with this, okay, you'll get a lot of benefit.
Okay. Okay. So that's the way to kind of address the filling imbalance related cavity issues in cavities.
Yeah, because people have okay, they might have already observed if it is a critical component. So they are saying okay, if it is a 8 cavity, the 4 cavity dimensions are same and another 4 cavity dimensions are different. So that
Okay.
even though the steel is same, that is because of this filling imbalance.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And what are the issues it usually cause in the overall product manufacturing cycle if there are imbalances?
See what happens if you have a imbalance in the cavity to cavity. One is the warpage. Suppose if it is straight part, or okay, if we take example of this type of part, so
Okay.
some parts warp like this, and
Oh,
some part warp like this. That
okay.
is because of the filling imbalance.
Okay.
People can visit that site, Beaumont Technologies. So in that, okay, they will also present this some case studies. It is actually a very good, helpful for them.
Nice. Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice to know. So also in electrical industry, a lot of engineering plastics are used and so what kind of tool steel grade is used in the electrical industry tools? And also, I'm sure injection molding must be playing a big role. So if you can just throw some light on these two aspects.
Normally in electrical industry, we use okay, majority of the engineering plastic that to nylon with filled, you can maybe 20%, 30% glass filled material. Some tunnel also we use.
Okay.
So here what happens, the wear and tear will be more. So to suit this one, we normally use our Supreme and Stavax for the core cavity.
Right.
Depending on the volume of the part, we select the mold base whether you need in P20 or normal C45.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. Just two more questions from my side, and before that, I would like to request to our attendees that if you have any question for Mr. Mallikarjuna, please post that in the chat box, and we'll address that at the end of our conversation. Thank you so much. So, just two more questions from my side, sir. Since you have years of experience in this industry and you have worked with a lot of tool makers personally and have developed also, so after seeing the industry grow to a level where they are also able to export to some of the large companies and developed countries, still, what are your expectations from the tool makers?
See, mainly is the quality. If they manufacture the tool, whether it is run at their place or okay, if it shipped to somebody else or if it shipped to overseas.
Right.
So it should run. It means the qualification of the tools plays a major role, and we should not use any shortcut method to qualify the tools and ship it. By this, what happens is we will spoil our own name.
Okay.
Okay, so and as I mentioned earlier, when you're building a tool, please involve the cross-functional teams like a process engineer because he will be processing the tools. Once you develop the tool and hand over to him, so he is the guy who is going to take care of the tool and run the production on day-to-day basis. So he knows what are all the problems can come in that component. So based on that, he can suggest something like, okay, say for example, you will tell this is very difficult to fill. So they need to provide a air vents there. Or if it is a very critical profile, so they should have a split insert so that it will be easy for replacement if it breaks.
Right.
Okay. And also, whenever they modify the tool or whenever they change any dimensions, the tool designs has to be updated.
Okay. Okay.
Normally, we miss to do that.
Okay.
Okay. So all the documents or the tool history should be maintained properly so that when you are sending this or shipping it to your customers, so they will also have, okay, how this tool is developed, what are all the problem faced, and what is the action taken to
Mm.
correct that.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. So, just last question from my side. What are your suggestions to the tool makers? If I ask you to list down about 5 suggestions, the key suggestions, what would that be?
See, the first thing is you need to upgrade the tool maker skills in your organization.
Okay, so that's a
Normally, we
skill
don't.
development.
Sorry.
That's a skill development.
Yeah, that's a skill development. You need to train the employees or the tool makers who are working in your organization so that they can develop their skills and or upgrade their skills. By this, okay, they can also give some innovative ideas to construct the tool by using latest technologies. So, and also by this, okay, they can improve your productivity because normally we focus less in developing the people.
Right.
Yeah. And okay, we say, okay, learn, connect, and grow. So we need to learn and we need to discuss with the people like this forum and exchange the knowledge
Right.
and grow along with the organization. If you are in one world, so what happens is you are not exposed to the other side where they have improved the technology and they have improved the productivity and they cut down the lead times.
Okay.
So by this, even the smallest of the smallest tool maker can also grow and they can also perform better.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So you spoke extensively on the skill development part. Do you also, as ABB, executive, work closely with the tool makers in upgrading their skill set or handhold them in any sort of these activities?
You see, as I mentioned, we also have the experienced and the qualified tool makers who are
Right.
involved in the development of these activities.
Right.
So whenever there is a requirement or the support required for our business partners, so okay, our people will go there and they will discuss and they will suggest okay what needs to be done to overcome that issues. If they're stuck in some quality issues, we'll
Nice.
say if it is correctable, so okay, so we'll correct, and if it is say irreversible or if you cannot correct. So what we do, we also see the functional requirement. If it is not, if that dimension is not functionally affecting, so then we don't ask them to correct it. And
Okay.
we also guide the people because see what happens. It is again the knowledge sharing. We have say for example we have some A class molder, B class, and C class. A class means okay I can say okay they are manufacturing the complicated tools.
Right.
C
Right.
class maybe okay they're manufacturing the molds but less complicated. In
Okay.
this, okay, what happens? The knowledge what we gain or our people gain, that will be transferred to our C-class tool makers, where we can also bring them up to maybe B, and after some years they may also come to A.
Yeah.
So this is how so we can grow, because see, we need good vendors. Okay, so and our performance is dependent on their performance.
Exactly. Right.
Okay, so it is a mutual benefit for us if we exchange the technical knowledge, and if we are able to suggest some good practices, and if they implement by that, if they are improving, it will be good for both the organization.
Right. Thanks. Thank you so much for answering those questions. It was definitely enlightening for us. Now let's take some questions from the audience. I'll go from top. This is from Mr. Surya. He asks how you train your manpower.
Okay, see, say for example, what is the job expected out of that person? Say for example, if he is a tool maker, say for example, he is a tool maker with 2 years of experience. So how we need to train them is, first thing is on the workmanship. If everybody is manufacturing the tool as per the designed dimensions, but what happens in the design, you will not be able to provide all the corner radius, or the matching in the matching area, you will not be able to provide the radius in the design. So
Right.
earlier, people used to say tool making is a common sense.
Right.
So we need to train them. See, these are all the areas which is matching. So that pore and cavity. So it is coming and butting here. So here, it should match perfectly. To match that, what you need to do, wherever there is an obstruction, that only you need to remove. If he removes more, you get a flash. If he removes less, you will also get a flash, because it is not butting properly. So we need to train them on this aspect,
Right.
and we should also motivate that to come up with more and more questions, so that we can clear all their doubts.
Right. More questions will have more clarity.
Yeah.
Now, next question from Mr. Arvind Chawla. He asks, what is the cost, time, and quality difference you find when you compare the same tool development by the Indian tool makers versus the European tool makers? So basically, Indian versus the European tool makers experience.
See, actually, no, we don't compare like that. So we don't compare. We compare actually apple to apple. And even some people can make a tool at say 10 lakhs, and some people can make a same tool at 5 lakh. So that is the reason we give the tool specification, how the tool construction should be, what are all the standard items they have to use, and which tool steels they have to use. So all those things will be given in our technical specification, so that afterwards there should not be any difference of opinion on the tool building. And it is not an apple to apple comparison if you are comparing the European tool makers to Indian tool makers.
Okay.
And we also have the experience how much this tool will cost. So
Okay.
based on our experience, we also know that, because even I also worked in the tooling industry, so I know how much the tool will cost. So based on that, we decide.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there are a couple of questions from two different people, Mr. Arvind Chawla and Ravi Kiran. How can we enroll our company as your vendor or suppliers?
As I mentioned earlier in your questions, so we need vendors, no doubt. We need good vendors who will support for our business growth in terms of speed, quality, and delivery. So we need for that. You should have a proper infrastructure, and also it is not only the tool room. So if you develop the tool, so where you will take the trial? So if you
Right.
outsource or if you depend on somebody else, for him, he is not you are not his first preference, because they will have their own commitments. So it is better to have the in-house facility for the trials. Even if you have the facility for the production, as I mentioned, okay, we prefer to run the tools at the suppliers where we build the tool.
Okay.
Yeah.
This question from Mr. Gautam. Given the focus of India's investment in electronics and semiconductor industries, are electrical tool makers ready for performing in this market?
If I understand this question correctly, is asking one is on the electronic side. Today, electronic side, okay, we have a lot of challenges because we don't have any local manufacturing. We have assembly here, but for the components and all, again, we dependent on the other countries like China or Taiwan and all.
Yeah.
But okay, the second point of this question is electrical industry. See, there is nothing different like electrical or automatic, automobile or any other, even medical. If I take, if you are able to meet the tolerance level specified in the drawing, everybody can make. It is not a big rocket science.
Right. A question from Mr. Ashish Kumar. He asks, how about the cost impact? Is Indian industry actually ready to pay price for the quality tool compared to European or US market?
It's on the tool cost, right?
Yeah.
See, if you see now in the US, there is no manufacturing of the tools because over a period of time, okay, they all outsourced this manufacturing activities to other countries. So, and in Europe, yes, okay, they are manufacturing the tools and they manufacture very good tools, no doubt about that.
Okay.
Based on our requirement, because see, suppose if my requirement is only 1 million shots, why I need to spend more money where the tool life will give 10 million? My requirement is only 1 million. Accordingly, I will manufacture the tool and accordingly I will pay for that. We have also developed the tools where, okay, it was running, okay, more than 20 plus years. So
Right.
in that case, okay, we paid a higher cost because whatever you pay, okay, you get that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So next question from Mr. Deepak Patil. He asks, can you throw some light on aluminum die casting tools and its requirements in the electrical industry?
It is actually very less, but it is not zero. We have some components, but I can say out of 100%, with the die casting tools, what we are using is around maybe 2-3%, not more than that. But
Okay.
we have some heat sinks, that is aluminum extrusion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Mm.
Next question from Dr. Anup Chavan. He asks, what is the role of artificial intelligence in developing tools for the electrical industry?
Very difficult question. Okay, because yes, going forward, okay, as I mentioned, we need to upgrade our technologies
Right.
to, okay, according to the market requirement. So today, AI is playing a major role, even okay in our production also. So in one of the lines, so we are implementing that. Similarly, in the tooling industry also, if it can be implemented, it will be a great and it will be an eye opener for other industries and other tool makers.
Okay. Okay. A question from Mr. Ashok. How to check insulation in electrical parts? IS, HI, POT testing is good enough.
What is that testing? IS?
It's written IS and HIPOT, HIPOT or something. Testing is good enough.
You see, normally when it comes to the pole to pole, so what we do is we do HV testing, high voltage testing. It means because see, you are manufacturing a safety product where the current should not pass from one pole to the another pole.
Okay.
So we do the HV testing, and when we are qualifying the product, we also do the short circuit test. so that, okay, we are 100% confirmed that, okay, our product will pass, okay, if something happens in the panels.
Right, right. I'll take 2, 3 more questions. Looking at the timeline. A question from Mr. Avinash. What are the present drawbacks Indian components suppliers are having in grabbing export orders from ABB factories across the globe?
See, today what happens is, say for example, our volume is, you take any one of the components, say our volume is 50,000. If I suddenly ask my supplier, okay, I need 1 lakh pieces.
Right.
The first answer is no. So what we want them to change is, it is mainly the cultural change what they have to do is, see, they have to see how to increase their business. So, okay, why he is telling no? Because he will not be having raw material, but we are here to support them, okay, with the raw material. We can talk to the raw material manufacturer, speed up the activities, and meet the customer requirement. So my request to, okay, all of them is, so you work, okay, why you will not be able to supply the increased quantity? What are all the challenges? If it is a raw material, definitely, okay, we will work together how to address that issue.
Okay.
If it is a capacity issue, so let us see, okay, so over the period of next 2 months or 3 months, whether you can increase your capacity by adding emissions. Like that, we need to see. See how China has grown over the years. Because of this, they, okay, grabbed all the opportunity. They never said no to anyone. And now everybody is dependent on China. Now it is an opportunity for Indians. Because now, okay, as you know, okay, because of some geopolitical issues, now people are looking at India and they are treating India as a trusted partner. So it is a very good opportunity for us to utilize this and perform.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Question from Mr. Premal Shah. What is the scope for progressive press tools and components manufacturing?
It is there. So today, if you ask me from ABB, yes, and we need more tool makers who can produce the progressive tools. That's
Okay.
a huge scope. Yes.
Sure, sure.
Yeah.
From Mr. Raghavendra, what is the scope of investing on robots and automation in molding industries to serve the current demand? Like,
See, if you go for automation in the, he is asking about in the tool manufacturing or the component
I think molding industry, so tool
molding
manufacturing.
industry. So component.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, okay, if you have, say, 20 machines, so why you need operators for all the 20 machines? You automate everything, and you need not have to pick the runner. See, you will get a runner picker at a very less cost. So in the long run, okay, you will get that return on investment. And also, if you automate, if you put robots, what happens? That you can reduce the manual errors. By that, okay, you can reduce your customer complaints.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Question from Mr. Kushal Bheda. How effective is proto or pilot tooling?
Yeah. Okay. See, actually, before going for any the production tool, nowadays this technology is helping us to check the fit and function or some the product performance. It is really helping us so that first you are 100% sure before going for the tool development, you will be confident that, okay, if you design and manufacture the tool according to these dimensions, it will work. So there is no need of any rework or anything.
Okay. Okay. Just last question, sir, from Mr. Gautam. Should mechanical engineering students consider taking up add-ons course on tool making during their curriculum or internship as a syllabus now is or internship as the syllabus now is mostly pivoting to modern manufacturing processes?
If I understand that question properly, so in the engineering colleges,
Yeah, should
is
the student
yes.
pick up this tool manufacturing as an add-on course or do the internship in tool making tooling industry? because the focus these days is on a modern manufacturing. So maybe he's asking about this.
Yeah, see, so last week also I was interacting with some of the industry leaders where now the even Indian government is also focusing more on the skill development.
Right.
And also, okay, from the Tata Indian Institute also, okay, they are focusing where exactly our Indian industries needs in terms of the skills. So accordingly, they are going to the industries and collecting the data, and they are planning for the trainings and developments. And it is a NGO, non-profitable organization, and I feel it is a good initiative from the Tata Group.
Okay. 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 I think we are done. Last question just came in from Mr. Deepak Patil. What are the challenges during the mass production? Maybe in brief, if you can explain.
See, in any production shop, so you will find every day there are new issues. So why these new issues comes up is one is if your process is not stabilized properly, or if you set your process window to very short tolerances, so then there will be a variations according to the raw materials, and also if there is any variation in the temperature, so your part quality may go wrong. So for this, okay, first thing is the mold, what you build, it should be a robust mold, and also the process, so what you follow. So that should be, I will say, okay, it should be perfect so that so you will not have any chance to get a poor quality part. And when it comes to the issues or challenges, normally what happens when you change the batch to batch material, you will have some variation. And accordingly, you need to adjust the process. And also you need to inspect the part when you have changed any process, because sometimes you will think that, okay, just I use the different batch of material. But that part will get rejected after reaching the customers. So it is a big financial impact for the company. It is better you check first and inspect everything. So then if it is meeting all the requirement, then okay, give the clearance for mass production. Otherwise, okay, people will, one is, okay, you're spoiling the company name and financial impact will be there, and you will be affecting the customer deliveries.
Okay. Okay. Uh, that's it, sir. I think we are done. Thank you so much for accepting our invitation, sharing your knowledge with us. I'm sure everyone has learned something new today. Thank you so much for joining today. To the attendees, thank you so much for joining from your precious time. I'm sure you also have learned something new. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much. Also, Tagma is coming up with a conference called International Tooling Summit. It's a seventh edition in Bangalore. It's on August 24 and 25th. Do watch or participate there as well. Maybe Mr. Mallikarjuna will be there as a speaker. We have already invited him, so some of you can get to meet him directly and understand how to become supplier of ABB or something. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank